Ali Nuhu Muhammad, coming from Nigeria, Managing Director of the Nigerian Film Corporation. Good to see you, Ali. Thank you so much. Mr. Muhammad, are you ready for your question? So we have movie producers and TV producers sitting on the stage. In fact, all of you are celebrated figures in your own culture to transcend the message beyond your national border. Ali, I understand that you have a nickname. Let me pronounce it right. The King of Kennywood. So obviously it means Hollywood in your country, in Nigeria and beyond. You're well known in putting the northern Nigeria flavor into the movies. How do you try to do that in a country that is also so diverse on itself? And what does it mean to you coming here and see your colleagues from China all over the world? Please.
Okay, that's a good one. You know, whenever I see a Jackie Chan or Bruce Lee, I think of China. So right from when I was young, I've had this passion to come into the industry. And eventually, when I got into the industry, I realized that in making film, there are so many things that matter. But originality is what sells more than anything. So in Nigeria, we have a diverse culture. But then you just mentioned Kennywood. Kennywood is the movie industry in the north of Nigeria. And we have the Igbo industry, we have the Yoruba industry, but in a whole, we call it Nollywood. That's the general name. Even when we make films, we do films with actors from all the region. We experiment with all the cultures that we have in Nigeria. The stories, the dances, the way of living of different people. And that is why we have a very big menu when it comes to how we make films in Nigeria. And I want to believe this is one of the reasons why a lot of Africans identify with the Nigerian film, and we're able to do this cultural exports of our content easily. Yeah, this is what comes to play when we're doing this. And as an individual, I've been to many countries, and I see how people talk to me. Everybody's curious to see what Nigeria has to offer in its way. This is one of the reasons why I decided to say, okay, fine. If there's any platform that we can explore, you know, and get to have collaborations, get to meet people, you know, up our game, make it better than it is. Nollywood started not because we had the technology. We didn't have the technology. But we had the stories, we had the culture, and we had filmmakers that were hungry to break boundaries. So we made use of whatever technology that comes to us, you know, like we started from the VHS to the VCDs to the CDs, and now we're fully digital. So we're people that are very passionate and resilient in whatever we wish to do. Now, talking about coming to China.
And by the way, you have an AI scholar sitting right on your right side. You should take advantage of that.
Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. I'll take advantage of that. Talking about AI, you just made me remember one of the films we did recently on AI, the first film from Africa on AI. We use a different approach. We know AI enhances pre-production, post-production, and all of that, but we decided to use AI as the theme. In that movie, it was a sort of edutainment. We educated students on how they could use AI to make choices of their careers.
You know, I don't want to distract you from your answer, but one point very important. I talked to your minister, who was earlier sitting in the audience. She told me one of the most important things is to make sure there's going to be our own languages. What she talked about is the Global South, to interpret our own cultures, not being just framed by others, no matter how friendly they are.
Yes.
It's very important to understand our own and compare notes. On that, I hope you can also touch on a little bit before I move on to the other speakers.
Yes, on that, I'll say that this is one of the reasons why we're trying to do these cultural exchanges so we can sign audiovisual MOUs, get to do co-productions together, because in so doing, we're going to have this mutual relationship where, for instance, China brings the technology, we have the culture, they get to understand our culture, and our crew members, our actors get to learn, you know, the etiquettes of the filmmaking and what have you. So these exchanges are mainly one of the reasons why we're here.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Ali?
As you take advantage of technology, be very original in whatever you do.